First question, introduce yourself.
Hi, what's up?
My name is Iman.
My name is Yukiko.
My name's Raquel. Shocker.
My name is Aurora. I'm Sarah.
Hi, my name is Sia.
My artist name is Felix.
My name is Olga.
This is Rifari.
My name is Rockefeller.
What up? My name is Logistics.
Yo, happy girl love it.
My name is Kultur.
My name is SK Kim.
What's up? My name is Sean.
My name's Emma Reddy.
So yeah, we're gonna run through these questions.
What do I love about the scene most is you can always observe the explosion of creativity of different people. You can always get inspired. We can be different and stand next to each other and benefit from others' point of view.
Things what I love about is energy exchange with dancers when they play the music that I really love to watching, people's expression and feeling.
When you do something and you're trying to do like your own thing, your own class, like people support you. That's really dope.
What I love about the dance scene is that you see and get to know many dancers who will have the courage to express themselves.
We're all a collective. We're all united even though we're in different parts of the earth. We can all be connected through dance, music, graffiti, emceeing, DJing, through the elements of hip-hop and the crafts that we're involved in.
It's not that different from how they treat their bros, because most times they can't tell that I'm not a man. So I don't think it really applies to me, so no. Sometimes
I have felt different because I got pretty lucky. When I started, there weren't a lot of girls, but I'm way more feminine now than I was when I started. So no one really bothered me then, and I was pretty upfront with like, I'm here to train, I'm here to dance, I'm not here to like do anything else. And like I put in the work. Sometimes I feel like I get easy props. And, for being a girl, like people are like, oh, you're a girl. So this is, we don't expect much from you. And that's frustrating as shit.
You might be approached in a way that's uncomfortable or might be slightly less uncomfortable depending on who's around. So sometimes just having those conversations before, how can we like make me feel more comfortable? And they're like, oh, I didn't even notice. It's like blinders.
Female DJs they're not really playing, So that's sometimes like that kind of message I receive. Those people will never be in my level, so I don't fucking care on the street.
I do think that the breaking scene is accepting and they would love to have more girls here, but it's still not there. Like it still needs to work on it.
And I'm always questioning myself why it is like this.
I don't feel like I've been taken seriously as a woman. I feel like I'm looked at as somebody who might be a little bit more disposable, somebody who doesn't have like the weight.
I think there's a lot of B-girl blindness, as my friend and I like to call it. A lot of the times I think women and girls can be invisible on the scene. There was an event I went to years ago, there was a B-girl battle at it. The focus was more on the main battle than the B-girl battle. And I also noticed that the people who were there to film weren't filming the B-girl battles. And when I asked one of them why, he said he was waiting for the big boys.
Yeah, as a B-girl, as a woman, you're dancing quite good. And thanks for this nice compliment you made to me, but there's also something salty inside.
The first few times it was very uncomfortable. It's a thing that happens, and then at this point sometimes I feel like we get complacent. I've even heard like other people who've come before me just like, oh well, that person's just like that, or he's just like that, or like kind of brush it to the side or make excuses for it. But the reality is that's not how it should be, and that's not okay.
I don't feel really treated different, but I think that when you stay true to yourself and you do what you love, you don't have to fear that someone is treating you different. And if they do it, then you need to just like stay strong.
I always felt like if you could do something in the circle,
will invite you to places. And that access only got better the older I got and the better my skills became.
I think it's very common that most people tend to recycle this perspective. Hey, there's a higher population of men than women in this dance, and that's a problem. It's a common misconception when you don't look into breaking history, you don't accurately accept the truth. I see the progression in our history's timeline, that maybe some of the reasons isn't enough women, it's because of women.
Well, I think that we should be developing unity as women more. I think that a lot of women are, they fall, what I always say is they fall in the cracks, like they disappear. And so I just feel like the more things that we do coming together, collabing and building as women is going to strengthen our presence within the scene. Our voice collectively is stronger than just individual.
Keeping eyes and ears out for each other, literally taking care of one another. And that comes with a sense of responsibility and a sense of ownership in your scene.
I think the key is support. Support the people who are around you, the people who maybe need support. Help them to stand up, help them to step up.
I think a glaring problem is that we don't have enough women in positions of power in the scene that you can see. I think there are a lot of women organising events, organising workshops, organising trainings, but when it comes to who you see, there are fewer women who are visible. I think we need to have more women in positions as judges, workshop leaders, speaking on panels.
A judge panel full of women and saying it all the time at the event. So yeah, today we have just women. It's so great. If the judge panel is just women, it's awesome, but it shouldn't be mentioned all the time because it should just get normal. Like if we say it all the time, then it will look like something. We want to make it look like something special, and it shouldn't be something special. It should be something normal. If you know what I mean.
For me, I respect women who do hip hop, but I respect women regardless of what they are excelling or what they chose for their career, because I know that women always have to carry this extra burden of, well, you know, what if I get pregnant? Or you know, today I have my period, I have my menstruation, so I'm not 100%. And I think those are things that for generations and centuries have somehow caused people to think of us as ineffective, insufficient, unworthy. Meanwhile, you know, a woman can give birth, you know.
So once I saw my mentor, Val Powell, teach her breaking class, and I saw that there were girls in the youth classes, like the youth breaking classes, and I saw that were B-girls, like I would see B-girl Ayumi and Narumi battling online. The more I saw these girls, the more I felt encouraged to stay in breaking, because I already knew I enjoyed it and I loved breaking, but the thing that was intimidating was that there were no girls, you know, and so seeing girls helped me a lot.
The normalization of the fact that we dance or we rap, it's like normal that I do it, you know? If it's true to me, then it should be true to everybody. Like, this is reality. So I think that everybody should get like a good reality check. Don't believe in walls, you know, because if something is real for you, it will have to get real for the people eventually. I think that we should like find our ways to let it all go and to keep shining.
We were asked by girls, like my fam and me, if there is a space just for women. And then we were like, we didn't think about it. And then we organized a Facebook group and invited a lot of dancers from Berlin, female dancers. We were surprised how many women were interested. We organized a room and we were surprised how many girls came. And then according to this, we organized also a female bell. It was nice to see how many women came from Germany, for real, for all over Germany, exploring themselves and showing themselves to the fullest. It was nice. Yeah. And yeah, we created a safe space. And it's easy to create a safe space. Just take a room or say this just for females, and there it is, a safe space. You have it.
Does hip hop promote sexism? So
In a way it does, and in a way it does the opposite. So I do think that the songs back from the 80s and the 90s are very sexist, and today as well. And the problem, like, we do have a problem with the words and the lyrics. I guess that some scenes and some cultures, they treat women in a sexist way in the hip-hop culture. But on the other side, I think that hip-hop is an opportunity for women to get more confident, and it's an opportunity they don't have anywhere. So if you're a hip-hop dancer and you're a freestyler and you're a woman, going inside a cypher maybe is something that felt threatening for you, but if you grow up to it, then you have the courage to do it, and not every woman has the opportunity to do that.
As a female dancer, I also know the moments when I experience some sexist comments. For example, when I dance some female dancehall, it's about the waistline, it's about bringing all your female energy out. And of course, sometimes when men see me dancing, they see it as an invitation to come to me, to touch me, to spend the night with me without even asking me for my permission. So I think it's our responsibility to take care of ourselves and to really empower ourselves.
There is sexism in hip-hop, but there's also sexism in the society. So in hip-hop only, it gives you the mirror to the society.
I think it is so deep, it's so visible in rap game. But hip-hop culture is a platform for everybody to get free, you know what I mean? It's not hip-hop culture that promotes sexism. It's celebrity game, it's rap game, it's entertainment, it's business.
Si j'ai eu des barrières pour ma créativité, alors donc moi j'avais beaucoup de barrières mentales et honnêtement j'avais aussi beaucoup de barrières physiques parce que je voulais faire absolument comme les garçons, surtout que je viens d'une ville où c'est très technique, où je voulais faire comme eux, sauf qu'en fait je galérais honnêtement et c'était pas ce qui me plaisait, et c'est au fur et à mesure du temps où j'ai quand même construit ma propre créativité et j'ai commencé à développer du conservatoire, de la créativité, des variantes, des techniques plus à mon échelle, des petits enchaînements de tricks, etc.
In some situations, yes, I do have like a mental barrier of like I should keep in mind of like what event this is and how I should be dancing. If I'm restricting myself from doing these certain moves just because of what other people may think or see when I'm doing them, then I'm not really fully expressing how I'm feeling when I'm dancing to the music. Like, it makes me feel like I want to open my legs or move my body in a certain way, I should be able to do that.
There were some young men who just, were a little bit threatened, just a little, by how good I was becoming. And maybe they tried to make me feel like you should stop or that's enough, chill out a bit, chill out. I kept going because I loved it. I really loved it. I liked that I could display my power, my strength on the dance floor. Because, if you see me dancing on the street, if you see me walking down the street, you may not get that I have power, that I'm strong, but when I'm dancing on the floor, throwing my body around with ease, that's when you know, wow, this young woman is doing dangerous, impressive, physically demanding things, and she's fine, and she looks good, and she's happy. So it was a way for me to take back my power, especially given all the abuse that I had gone through as a teen on the streets. So hip hop actually helped raise me as a woman.
What is your go-to answer or reaction to a sexist comment? So once I get a sexist comment, I do this.
I need to say that I don't responding them every time, because for me it depends on the person who says that and how this person says that.
It depends on what was said, who said it, how young they are, and then I can determine what kind of a response. Some people, I just keep walking. Some people I would say, that really hurt my feelings. I don't know why you think that I can't or I shouldn't be doing what I'm doing, or that woman is beneath you, or you're judging her for something that she's doing. You know, you can separate the action from the person, and then you'd have to really find out why is that person doing those things.
You know, like legit, we don't get the chance to talk. So when you finally have to, like, it's a shame that we have to like push our way through a conversation and just like, hey, you know, listen up. I literally throw the biggest fit. I'm like, stop. You need to stop talking.
If I don't take this personally, okay. But if a different girl would take it personally, and even if she doesn't know, they should know. And I will always react and tell them why is it not okay to say these things. And even if they think it's funny, they should be careful with their words.
I haven't really been facing any kind of sexism, at least me. I'm talking about my own experience. Or maybe if it was, I just never really paid attention or never give it, you know, the importance.
I remember during one of the battles, as the other guy was doing his rounds on the other side, I was noticing that he was dancing off beat. So I was like, yo, like just clapping on the side. I think he got a little bit fired up, a little bit mad. So he threw the cock in my face. That was extremely disrespectful. I'm like,
when I battled crew against crew, it was every time clear that if a B girl is going into the battle, that I have to respond because she's a girl, and it didn't depend on the skills. So I think that's something changed in the scene, but yeah, that's something we girls can break by our own.
I feel like in breaking specifically, like a lot of guys will cut you off in the cypher, or a lot of guys start to just be like, this is a power move cypher now. And it's sort of like, wait a minute, bitch, let me finish my sentence. Like, stop being so rude. You have to fight. Like, these people just want to fight you in the cypher and you have to fight. Don't waste their time. Don't go for 5 minutes. But like,
oh, you're killing cypher time. I'm like, excuse me? I'm here to take up cypher time, okay? Because y'all don't know how. You always need that, a little spice in your cypher, and you can't get that without women, so.
The dancers, so that they can be sustainable after the competition. And they can find other career paths that extend out of battling and out of being in the cypher. All the dancers, in whatever career path they choose, that can be connected to the breaking, to the popping, to the dance. And so what I mean is, like, you know, a B-boy or a popper, a B-girl can go into physical fitness, can go into personal training, can go into injury treatment and therapy, can go into archiving, you know, become a historian. They can go and become a playwright. They can write stories for theater. They can be choreographers, they can be teachers, they can be mentors. So many ways for dancers to excel at something beyond the competition.
My advice would be still be careful, girls, you know, it's a tough world out there. Don't give of yourself too fast. Just be who you are, and get free of all the boxes. Look for yourself right now, because looking for yourself, looking for your own individuality, your originality, your personality in your dance, that takes a lifetime. Man or woman, it's the same struggle.
whether you've been dancing for 1 month, 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, you should still deserve respect regardless. You deserve respect regardless.
Take care of you guys. Stay safe and much love to it.
Your voice matters. Your presence matters. Your heart matters.
I'm excited always to see new, young, energy, youthful people coming into the dance scene. And I'm always supportive of the elder and older generations to let them know that they are not forgotten. Their presence is important. Everybody's contribution is valid and necessary. So I feel like hip hop is definitely futuristic. It was always futuristic. And I also need to let everybody know that here in the Bronx, we still have so many challenges, so many issues to deal with as people of color in this country. So in case you forget where it came from, it came out of struggle, and that struggle is still happening to this day. So maybe you don't see New Yorkers in the top 16 or top 4 or prominent, but we're here and we're dancing to live. We're dancing to survive. Maybe not for a trophy or a cash prize, but we're coping and we're happy. We're happy to be alive.
The only way we're gonna get there is together, for one. Don't ever think you're gonna do it alone. If there's one thing I've learned is that I've come to the realization that doing this alone and trying to uplift other women is definitely going to take an army, and it's definitely still a problem. And I think that's something that I've had to realize, and I feel like a lot of us have already dealt with it, even with or in and out of experiences. It doesn't matter. I just think that's one thing, is like empowering doesn't mean that we have to do it alone. That's it. We don't have to do it alone. I can't and will never be able to do this fucking shit alone, because I definitely don't want to be the next dope dancer. I definitely don't want to be the next first place winner at every event. And I definitely don't want to be like, you know, the fucking person. I don't know. There's just always like that pedestal that people have to be put on as a dancer, and it's so annoying, you know, that there's so much more in the scene to do, and there's so much work to be done. Damn, yo, there's so much work.
Ich brauch manchmal Pause und Luft von den schwarz-weißen Grenzen. Schwarz-weißen Grenzen, schwarz-weißen Grenzen. Ich brauch manchmal Pause und Luft. Ja. Sofort ist sie umstellt von Löwen, doch sie wird die Sprache der Löwen nie verstehen. Sie sucht nach Auswegen, Gedankenzwang führt zum Klappern der Zähne. Wie soll ein Raubtier einen Greifvogel verstehen, wenn sie immer noch Geld, denn sie da wünschen Pläne?